Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to chat with you guys about, can the average person live and thrive living off just Social Security benefits and no other income? Let's get started and talk about it. We're going to talk about somebody, and we're going to say her name is Dawn, single, never married, and she wants to live off just Social Security benefits at age 67, which is where she'll get her full benefits. She doesn't have any other pension. She has a savings. She doesn't have any consumer or mortgage debt and keeps her expenses low. Can she live off just this Social Security? The average person in America will say at age 67, their benefits that they receive, now remember when I say these guys, this is average. There's some people that get less, there's some people that get more. Lives off $1,781.63 a month. Could you in today's economy in 2023 live off that? I do think it's possible, but I want you to consider some of these things I'm about to mention. Many people will say you need to own your home outright. I totally understand, but that depends on so many factors, and I'm going to get into that. So let's say that Dawn, who is single, never married, she's 67, she doesn't want to work anymore. She doesn't have any kind of pension. She has no retirement. She does have a decent savings that she can fall back on, but she's no longer going to be working. And so now she's going to be just living off Social Security benefits. So the first thing is she has Medicare coming out of that, which is on average about $164.90. We'll say Dawn's health is good. She doesn't do any supplemental. Okay, the next, she doesn't have a home phone. She just has a cell phone. She doesn't talk on the phone that much. She goes with the cheapest, so that's $30 a month. Okay, now, the next bills I'm going to talk about are average bills the American pays. I know many of you are going to maybe say, hey, I don't pay that much. That's way higher than what I pay. And there's going to be some of you that say, whoa, that's way lower than what I pay. I'm just going with average. It doesn't mean that Dawn, our person here, cannot get lower bills than this. I'm just giving a standard average. A standard average electric bill for a home in the United States is $117 a month. The average water and sewage and garbage and all that for a person a month pays $54 a month. And this is kind of in line with about what we pay. The average person for homeowners insurance pays $217 a month. Now some go less, some go more. It depends on the state and many factors. The average person for their house taxes pays $2,500 a year, or $2,500 to $3,000 a year, which averages out to $250 to $300 a month. That's average. There's some that can be way lower, some that are higher depending where they live. Okay, many people have gas in their home. We do not. So the average gas bill in someone's home is $100.91. I think it depends on many factors with that. For example, if you're using a lot of hot water, you're going to definitely be spending more. Okay, so next would be car. We're going to say that Dawn owns a gently used car, no car payment, doesn't even drive a whole lot. So she doesn't even spend that much on gasoline during the month. We'll say she spends $50 a month on gasoline. The average person spends between $948 to $2,500 a year on car maintenance and car repairs to keep their car working. Now, Dawn may not drive that much, so she may spend on the way lower end of that, okay? But I'm just giving an average. The average person for their car insurance for their vehicle, for one person, now it depends if you have full coverage or you just have liability. There's a lot that goes into that. Spends about $144 a month, okay, for car insurance. Now, does Dawn own a pet? We're going to say she doesn't, so she doesn't have to worry about pet care. Okay, home care, the average person, and this would include yard. This would include any kind of repairs. Let's say that Dawn had a leak in one of her pipes, and then she had a plumbing issue, and she also had some other issues she had some termites in one of her rooms, and she had to get rid of that. So we'll say she had all sorts of little areas around her home where she needed repairs. Home repairs average about $170 a month, or up to around $10,000 a year, depending what's going on in the person's home. Can Dawn take care of some of these things herself? Does she need an expert? So that's home care. Then also with that is yard care. Does she do all of her own yard work? Is she able to do all of her? Is she healthy enough where she can go, weed whack? Can she get in there down on the ground and pull weeds? Can she take care of her yard and can she do a lot of the home maintenance herself? That's going to also depend on that. Next would be dental, vision, and health. Let's say Dawn's healthy. Well, what happens if Dawn has bad teeth? Let's say that she has to go get a root canal. Maybe her health insurance plan doesn't cover that. So here's some things to think about. I haven't even gotten into groceries and personal care. Now, let's say that she's frugal. She spends $250 a month, or even $200 on groceries. We'll say she spends $30 dollars a month on personal care and cleaning products because she makes her own. She may be able to live a really wonderful frugal life. This is the only issue I have about living on a low income like that, is if Murphy happens and all of a sudden Dawn needs a root canal, she's got a major termite issue, she's got a plumbing issue, and all of a sudden her complete central air system goes down and her car just all of a sudden dies, and she has all of these things happen at the same time, which we know they come in threes, don't we? If that happens, she doesn't have enough income to cover all that. And unless she's really able to live off, my opinion, less than $1,000 a month and be able to really save a good portion of what she makes so she can pay cash for these things. Otherwise, what's going to happen is Dawn will end up going into debt for car, home, possibly medical, and all of these things. And the more you go into debt, the more payments, and the more payments, she's not going to be able to live off that $1,700 a month. That's kind of my opinion of what I think. You guys can let me know in the comments below. Obviously, the lower you can keep your expenses and the more you can do for yourself and the healthier you stay, the more apt you can be on living off just Social Security alone. Now, this is just my opinion. I'm actually going to do a video coming up on my plans for retirement. Am I going to be able to live off just Social Security alone? What are my plans? How much money am I going to have coming in? And I'm going to go into all of that on a very future video. So let me know what you guys think. Your opinion. Can you live off just Social Security alone? And if you are, what happens in your life when all these Murphys come happening at once? How do you handle it? I want to hear from you in the comments below. That's all I have to say for now. I love you, I appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye.